start. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. Dhanavad Pranam Algori Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining online. You all know that it's inclement weather outside, and there is a probability that it might snow, but we didn't wanted to take any chance, so we thought we'll have online. And thank you for joining. So, to begin with, let me introduce His Grace Vrishabhanu Prabhu, who is the speaker for today, this evening. So I'll highlight, spotlight for everyone. Okay, yes. So here is our dear Vrishabhanu Prabhu.
Haribol.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. So I would like to introduce you for my purification, even though everyone knows you, but still. So His Grace Vrishabhanu Prabhu, he took to Krishna consciousness in the year 2000, and then in 2009. So until from 2000 to 2009, he has been serving Atlanta Temple in all various areas. In 2009, he took initiation from His Holiness Indradumnam Swami Maharaj, and following 2011, he took Brahmin initiation. So at Atlanta Temple, mainly was involved in actually variety of activities, not just one, in cleaning the temple, maintaining the lawn, distributing books, setting up Rath Yatra, and involved completely in Rath Yatra every year, very diligently. And he was involved in cooking. He's a wonderful cook, and preaching also, and even helping at home programs. They used to have home programs every week. Professionally, he's a Carnatic Mridangam performer. He goes to different temples here in Hindu temples to perform Mridangam since 75. Actually, he's been learning. So he's currently focusing on Nama Sankirtan. It's a style of music, and he travels out of state. You might not see him a couple of Saturdays at our center because he's out of state traveling for his performances. So if anybody wants to learn Mridangam, he's the best person in our team who is accessible. He can teach you. So let's hear from him today about Srimad Bhagavatam, verse number 1.3.7 onwards. 8, right? 3.8 onwards. So last week we heard 1.3.7, which was what? About Lord's form. Which form was that?
Varaha Avatar.
Varaha. Okay.
Barabar.
So today we'll hear from him. Thank you, Vrishabhanu Prabhu. You can take over.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I'll take this opportunity.
So first thing is, my question is, can everyone hear him clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you
Continue,
so much.
Prabhu.
This is one of the purification process. So normally, I stopped giving lectures since 2019. After I came to New Jersey, I gave only one lecture. I always thanks to Murali Krishna Prabhu, our Mukta Sangha Prabhu. He always encourage everyone to talk about Bhagavatam and get purification. So due to my work schedule as well as Mridangam concerts, last year I gave only one. Then I lowered my job position because I want to focus to give a Bhagavatam lecture and listen more, because I crossed 60 this year. I'm 60 this year. So that's what I lowered my official position. Previously at one of the management closer to senior database administrator, I taken up the position and moved into a data engineer so that I can spend more time. I don't want to work hard. So that's what, after I spoke to Mukta Sangha Prabhu, he immediately says that, Prabhu, next week you are giving lecture. So he's immediately put me into action. I'm really thankful to him. This is one of the way of purification of my process. Whatever I learned, I can share. And if I did any mistake or any offense, kindly apologize, because I'm talking to our family. I'm not considered as a speaker, because I'm thinking, seeing it everyone as my family. So in case any correction, anything else, I am welcome anyone. Please correct me if I do anything wrong. Request someone to sing Jai Radha Madhava on behalf of me.
Prabhuji, I can do it.
Excellent, honey. Go ahead.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janava Giravardhari
Jai Radha
Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janava Giravardhari
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tijavanachari
Yashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yamunatiramanachari
Yashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tijavanachari
Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatiramanachari
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radha Vrindavan Chandra Shri Radha.
Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radha Vrindavan Chandra Shri Radhe.
Jaya Gaurani Tai, Jaya Gaurani Tai, Jaya Gaurani Tai, Jaya Gaurani Tai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Gaurapremanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Really.
Arna Prabhu. Sorry.
All right. So let's
Once.
pay our obeisances to our Guru. So let's focus on that. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Sakshurvannilatam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sabitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadaditsva Patantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sakrajadam Sagagana Raghunatham Tam Tajivam Satvaivam Sabadudam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Sri Vikashan Vitamsha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतिदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पांश्चादेशधारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Okay, let's focus on today's slogas. This is Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Verse 8. Repeat after me. Tridiyam
तृतीयं
Rushi Sargam Vai
वैष्णवी
Devarshitvam
देवर्षित्वम्
विष्णुं
Vetyasaha
उपेतसः
Tantram
तत्रं
Satmadam
सात्वतं
Ashishta
वसिष्ठे
Naishkaryam
नैष्कर्म्यम्
Karmanam
कर्मणा
Yataha
यतः
Tridiyam Rishi Sargam Vai
तृतीयं
सर्गं
ऋषिसर्गं वै
Devarishat Ubeshastah
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्यशा
Tatram Satwadam Ashishta
तन्त्रां सत्त्वतम् आशिष्ट
नैष्कर्यं कर्मणां यतः
नैष्कर्म्यां कर्मणां यथा
तृतीयं ऋषिसर्गं वै
तृतीयं ऋषिसर्गं वै
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्यसः
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्यशा
तत्रं सात्वतम् आशिष्ट
तन्त्रं शाश्वतम् आश्रित्य
नैष्कर्यं कर्मणां यतः
नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यथा
तृतीयं ऋषिसर्गं वै
तृतीयं
सर्गं
सर्गं वै
देवर्षित्यम् उपेत्यसः
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्यशा
तत्रं सात्वतम् आशिष्ट
तन्त्रं
तन्त्रं
सात्वतं
सत्त्वतम् आशिष्ट
नैष्कर्यं कर्मणां यतः
निष्कर्म्यं
निष्क्रियकर्मणां
कर्मणां
यतः
यथा
Anybody wants to repeat?
I can repeat, bro.
Okay.
तृतीयं ऋषि सर्गं वै
तृतीयं
यं
ऋषिसर्गं
ऋषिसर्गं
वै
वै
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्यसः
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्य सः
तन्त्रं सात्वतम् अश्च
तत्रं
तं सात्वतम् आचष्ट
नैष्य कर्मणः यतः
नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः तृतीयं ऋषिसर्गं वै
तृतीयं ऋषिसर्गं वै
देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्य सः
देवर्षित्वमुपेत्यः
तन्त्रं सात्वतम् अचष्ट
तन्त्रं सात्वतम्
आशिष्ट
अष्टस्य
नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः
नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः
Anyone? That's fine. Let's go to that translation by Divine Grace AC. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
In the millennium of Rishi, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarishi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected exposition of the Vedas which deal with devotional service, which inspire non-putative action. Let's deep dive into that, what it talk about. The first statement, it says that it's referred to the specific period. It means the millennium of rishis. It means you can say that Satyuga or above before that. Because this cycle is always keep rotating, but it's look like a Satyuga because rishis all they are practicing devotional service during that time. In Kali Yuga it is very less, but during that time Krishna incarnated as Devarishi because he wants to um, empower. I can say that during this time, Krishna empowered this form as Narada. This manifestation is also described as third empowered incarnation. That's what is he specifically that incarnation took as form of Narada Muni. The Narada is also recognized as a sage among the demigods. So Narada is the only person talk to demon as well as the devas. And why he has hold this position? That's another question. And his appearance is a part of Lord's plan to guide humanity. That is his main purpose. So mainly Narada's appearance is to save us. That's what we have to thank to Prabhupada. Whatever Narada's mission, Prabhupada directly instructed to us. Whatever we are practicing in Krishna consciousness, all it is from Narada. Then the main objective of his mission is he collected and organized Vedic knowledge. And this exposition highlights the path of devotion. And also in this planet Earth, there will be a karma if you do good activities or you will get rewarded. If you do anything sinful activities, you will get punished. But Narada mission is akarma or naishika karma. It means any activities which Narada recommended, if you follow this, is 100% transcendental. It means you are accumulating your spiritual benefit. That is his empower of teaching of devotional service. That's what the description translation Prabhupada very nicely explained. And he's another important thing is he is one of the universal spiritual teacher, and he travels in the speed of mind. He is not traveled by any air or something else. It means that's because Krishna himself is incarnated as Narada. He knows where to go and where not to go, and that's why he has no visa or anything else. He can move anywhere, whatever he likes. So, and finally, the last point I want to talk about this translation. His appearance demonstrates the Lord compassion in providing spiritual guidance through the empowered devotees. This is what I just recollect. This the first translation about this chapter. So why Narada is important to us? That's another question I just come out of it. In each field, if you talk about any biggest fight, Krishna is the topmost. All the things Krishna is the topmost, and it's setting it as an example. For devotion, Krishna set an example as a Narada. So how a person devote himself, how to lead his life, how he can go towards spirituality, why he has to give up the material things. All those things, Narada has set it an example, and he demonstrated like talking to that hunter, like then he became a Valmiki. Then he talked to that Prahlad Maharaj in the womb. So he narrated all the Bhagavatam, and when he come out, so he's become the he saved the world from Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakshaka. Then he talk about the literature to Vyasadeva. Then we got all the scriptures through him. So it means Narada did an excellent role for humanity. If you talk about, if you read Bhagavatam, most of chapter, Narada's instructions already is mentioned by Prabhupada. So let's go to the purport. The great Rishi Narada, who is empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagate devotional service all over the universe. All the great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and spaces of life are his disciples. That's what we said about, we discussed just now. He is example Vyasadeva, the compiler of Srimad Bhagavatam. He is also one of his disciples. Narada is author of Narada Panchatra, who is the exposition of Vedas, particularly for devotional service of the Lord. This Narada Panchatra trains the karmis like us, or fruitive workers exactly for us, to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned soul are mostly attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans, but the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction. The performer of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material condition, either in so-called happiness or so-called distress, are meant ultimately for distress only. That's what we translation, he shortened way he explained. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers for us how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the deceased men of the world how one present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual incomprehension. This physician directs the patients to take treated milk in the form of curd for his suffering from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor that will lead to one path of Naishkarma or liberation. Awesome. So let's talk about simple note. I just made a simple notes about Narada Muni. Narada's identity. I noted out Narada's identity. Narada is a great rishi, empowered incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So that's what this chapter is. This text is. And his main mission is to spread the bhakti throughout the universe. So it is not only Earth planet, it's throughout the universe. That's what any kind of we have a lot of pastime in Bhagavatam and many scriptures about Narada, talking to Indra, talking to Narayana, talking to Shiva, Brahma, all demigods. So Narada always do a better role to take that. Mainly the Narada's objective is take the taste of the material attachment, take out the material attachment and give devotion and go back to spiritual world. That is his main mission. That's what Srila Prabhupada also called Sakti Avesha. Narada also called the same, because their purpose is to take that fallen soul, what we are suffering here, without seeing that we are suffering. We are seeing that we are enjoying this material world by all the material opulence, but our real enjoyment is not in this world. That's what Narada, Srila Prabhupada, like that, all the devotees came to that earth planet and helping us to take them back to spiritual world. So that's what his main identity is, to spread that mission of bhakti. So we have to thank to Mukta Sangha Prabhu arranging this kind of facilities to talk about devotional service. Even though we have a very inclined weather today, but with the costless mercy of Mukta Sangha Prabhu, he arranged through online to talk about something Supreme Personality. Then second point is a universal teacher. So there is no limitation for him. He can go to any planet, in even the material in the universe, 14 planets. He can go any place, anytime. So there is no restriction for him. And even Srila Vyasadeva, comparer of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is his disciple. It means indirectly the Narada's message, all the Vedas is from Narada. Then another one is Narada Panchatra. He is the author of Narada Panchatra, a practical guide based on Vedas. So that's what Srila Prabhupada recommend to follow us to understand temple worship, how to do a home worship, all those stuff. He teaches how to practice devotional service in daily life. It means the best mission in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada just arranged in a very simple way how to make it your devotional service on a daily basis. Even though I came from a Brahminical background, but I never did all those stuff because the rituals is little harder. So that's what I gave up. Then I came to ISKCON. So this set of things, chanting 16 rounds and just do a basic. Just do a Mangalarti in the morning, eating prasadam and reading books and do your work. So you can design your work based on that, and devotional service won't be a additional headache for you. That's the way Srila Prabhupada set up in a very wonderful way. Many people like me, many people able to practice sincerely. So third one, it helps the karmic. This kind of setup, even Narada Panchatra is mainly helping people like us. That's what the book is Srila Prabhupada recommended. And problem of fruitive work. Conditioned souls are attracted to fruitive work. It means we always attracted by why we came to America, because of attraction, fruitive work attraction. That's what we came here. But as soon as we moved here, see that Prabhupada plan, how nicely he's engaging in devotional service, even though this place is full of miseries and sinful activities. Even we are in the war field, but still Srila Prabhupada setup is helping us to do our devotional service without any break. So this also include economic development and material ambitions. And the universe is full of such fruitive workers in every species. So this is what another point I remembering, that law of nature. Every action bringing a good or bad reaction. Then good action brings temporary prosperity, bad action brings temporary distress. But Narada's instruction making you to eternal happiness. It means real happiness. Then Narada's guidance. Materialists do not know how to achieve eternal happiness. Because before we contact ISKCON, whatever we are practicing, most of the families, what I know, they are following as per their parents' guidance. And if you talk to their parents, they say, no, I followed my father's guidance. Like that will go, but 95% they won't refer the scriptures. So somehow they have some family follows something they follow in spirituality, but it is most of the things, the problem is we are not following as per the Vedas. So even if you go to other temples, they put their hand like that and kiss that god in front of the god. I said, what are you doing? Means they says, I'm paying obeisances. It's a same thing. We don't know what to, when you go inside the temple, many of us doesn't know what we should do, what we should not do if you see the deities. And taking a photograph in front of deities is big offense. You should never ever show your back to the deities in any circumstances. That's all it is described in Narada Panchatra. So a lot of things, and when you enter the temple, what to talk, what not to talk, and how do you want to pray. If you have some request, I need to pass this examination, I work hard, something, if you have any desire, how to ask to Krishna. All those things, if you read that Narada's instruction, it clearly says you don't need to do anything once you read the book. Anybody not read this book, I request you to read the Narada Panchatra so that you can understand what to do and what not to do in all the time, even at your deities in your home, the deity room, what you should not talk. If you have a deity, if you're not a picture, if you have a real deity, so you should not talk certain subject in the home at all. So that lot of rules and regulations are there, but those who are really seriously interested, we can discuss. But if I talk about that, some devotee maybe get offended, which I don't want to, because it happens in my life. When I openly talk, they got a little bit upset because of the truth. So that's really a person who is serious, then we can talk about Narada Panchatra's information. And it also connected to Bhagavad Gita. Gita teaches the same principles and offer the fruitive of your work to the Lord. And same thing, this is all Narada instructions also does the same. So let's talk about some points of Narada Panchatra. One is Vedic guidance of devotion. It's systematically it's talking about Vedic teaching, especially in the area of bhakti, and accessible to spiritual path, second topic on the header. So it makes devotional service understandable and practical for all class of people. So even today's tradition, people say that I am from this caste, so I am superior than other. That's all is taken out from Bhagavad Gita and Narada instruction. Everything is based on what you are doing, then your qualification will be applied. So that's very clearly mentioned. So everyone became a supreme personality of Godhead servant unless they practice what they are doing. That's what Narada's instruction to mentioning that. Then it purify the consciousness. Same thing what Bhagavad Gita says. Once you start applying Bhagavad Gita in your day-to-day life, it will purify your life, right? So that Narada Panchatra also is defining the same thing. And transforming your karma to akarma. That's one of the topic I just read it. Then temple worship system. It's clearly mentioned. That's what ISKCON following. But if you took deity worship, if you want to go deeper, I would recommend to read Desiga's. It means Lakshmi Parambara, Sri Parambara's things. Their books are really more focused on how to worship the deity. But Prabhupada instruct how do you progress and how to worship, and devotional. We are focusing on devotional side. So slightly there is difference on that. Then that's what another topic I said. Qualification is only through devotion, not by birth. Narada's instructions is one of the things is clearly mentioned about that. And akarma, path of akarma. It means following his teaching, gradually reach to action without bondage and leading to liberation. And last point, ultimate goal on this book is pure love of God. That's what Narada Panchatra talks about. Let's talk about one more thing, comparing Narada Panchatra versus Bhagavad Gita. I took a point, so I feel it's interesting to me. Nature of the text. Narada Panchatra talks about in a practical manual of devotional service, rituals, and temple worship. But philosophical Bhagavad Gita talks about philosophical dialogue explaining duty, devotion, nature of the soul. Then primary purpose. Narada Panchatra talks about to train practitioner to regulate devotional service, means sadhana bhakti. Talks about sadhana bhakti. Bhagavad Gita talks about teach the science of life, including karma, jnana, and bhakti. Then the audience. Narada Panchatra talks about designed for all people, especially those not qualified for traditional Vedic study. Bhagavad Gita talks about spoke to Arjuna but meant for all sincere seekers. That's slightly difference on that. An approach of devotion. Narada Panchatra talks about gives step-by-step rules for worship, purity, chanting, and temple standards. Bhagavad Gita teaches inner devotion, surrender, and offering one's work to God. It means Krishna. Treatment of karma. Narada Panchatra converts fruitive work into devotion, trains karmis towards liberation. Bhagavad Gita talks about karma yoga, acting without attachment to the result. And liberation, moksha. Narada Panchatra talks about liberation comes through regulated devotional practice and purification. That's what we are doing it. And Bhagavad Gita talks about liberation comes through surrender to Krishna and acting in knowledge. That's a Sarvadharman Parishati, everybody knows that. Rituals and worship. Narada Panchatra very detailed deity worship, mantras, cleanliness, initiation rules. Bhagavad Gita talks about minimal rituals focused on attitude, not procedures. And accessibility. Narada Panchatra talks about breaks traditional restrictions. Devotion is open to everyone, regardless of birth. And Bhagavad Gita talks about also universal, but emphasize qualification through sincerity and surrender. So this just I made that comparison between Narada Panchatra and Bhagavad Gita, some points. And finally, in one sentence, Narada Panchatra teach how to practice devotion step by step, while Bhagavad Gita teaches why devotion is the highest path and how to live it through one's duties. So everybody knows about that. So in this, Narada also called sometimes Rishi or sometimes Muni. So that word, what I found that the definition both is Muni means one who thinks deeply or reflects. Rishi is one seeks the truth through devotion vision, but Narada applicable to both. So there is no difference for him. He's react both the ways. Then let's see why Narada is a Sakti Vesha avatar. So then we talk about few points on that. So the Sakti Vesha avatar is a jiva who is specially empowered by the Supreme Lord with a particular potency like a Sakti to perform a divine mission. Say for example, Srila Prabhupada. He lived like us, but nobody knows Srila Prabhupada going to change the world after 60s. Because the Sakti is Krishna, especially they are all very special people. The Sakti potency, it came on right time and he lived in a very short period, 14 years. He traveled all over the world, spread the mission, created 108 temples all over the world. Then he left the world because he came for certain specific action. And his communication, when I joined ISKCON initially in 2000, I was really affected by the word rascal, because in Indian tradition, the sadhus, they won't use the word rascal or anything. They always talk about very sattvic quality of words. But later, when I read his book, then I understood that because he really cares about you. And even many debates also I seen that why, how come Prabhupada talk about like that? Because they don't understand the mission of Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada is having very less time and insisting that, hey, fool, don't waste your time, listen me. I'm giving all the instruction, don't do nonsense, please listen me. That's the way he is taking the liberty from us, consider as his own sons and daughter, and he's commanding us, hey, don't do that, rascal, don't do that, stop or doing all your um, mundane work, listen me and do your devotion. That's the way he delivered the messages. So later I understood, wow, what a love and affection for us. He take their advantage and correcting us, like, because he is having the potency. And when you watch Prabhupada walk throughout US, his head never be down, always he look, head is up. That itself shows that he is not a normal being. And all the actions he does, it is unbelievable. Still today, it is a big question how he manage all that Americans. Even Jayapatak Maharaj, he passed his graduation at the age of 16, I guess. And by 17 or 18, he finished his PhD. Then directly he took sannyas. See, that kind of very talented person, he is not able to talk anything against Prabhupada because he is not a normal personality. So this is our great asset for us. Prabhupada is a date, in Tamil we used to call Pokshiyam. It means unvaluable. You cannot measure his value. So we have to use it. We cannot measure it. So we are all in a very, very better situation compared to others, because Prabhupada mission is really, really, what I can say, that Prabhupada mission is 100% confirmed. You will go to spiritual world if you follow his instruction thoroughly. By heart, if you take it and do your best, whatever the best you can do, if you do it daily basis, result is guaranteed. So that is Prabhupada. Then is empowered for preaching. Narada is empowered for preaching. Same like Prabhupada. I always compare Narada and Prabhupada, because one of Prabhupada lectures, in the evening lectures, when he preaching to that, immediately call his devotees, bring asan, Narada is standing. Because Prabhupada is able to see him, but other devotees, even Jayapatak Maharaj, everybody was there on that class. Everybody they are looking for that, but Prabhupada keep on talking to the wall and talking, but they were not able to see Narada. That is Prabhupada. So he's also like Narada, empowered for preaching. Narada is incarnation of Lord missionary energy. He is specifically empowered to broadcast the glories of holy name. Then the potency of bhakti. He carries the bhakti sakti, the energy of pure devotion, which is infects others through his association. So whoever he met, whoever met Narada, they became a pure devotee. Example, Valmiki, just he met. Then Durva he met. So whoever he met, same thing, he cursed. Even Narada cursed Kubera's sons. Anyone Narada does, definitely there is a guarantee that they'll go to spiritual world. Even he talked to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakshaka, and whoever he met, there is a guaranteed, visa is guaranteed, go back to spiritual world. That is Narada. Then victory of the then Prabhupada also explained, Narada is a representative authorized by act of Krishna on behalf. It means whatever Krishna wants to do, he can do through Narada. That's another statement one of the lecture Prabhupada gave. Morning I listened that. So whatever Krishna wants to do, so Narada appears and help them. Even Chitraketu Maharaj, Narada came. Fine, we know that story of Chitraketu Maharaj in Bhagavatam. In future classes, we may discuss about that. Then he is the original guru for us. I mean, Narada spiritual master is Narada is a spiritual master for all the devotees. He is the original spiritual master. That one is given by Srila Prabhupada quote. One of the lecture he mentioned that in 1968. And he traveler of the space. So he travels in the speed of the mind wherever he wants to go, and he'll travel and demonstrate the spiritual realization surpassed by material technology. So the greatest trouble, Prabhupada also jokingly he says that the greatest troublemaker, Narada's business was break the people's material attachment, calling it is the best kind of trouble. So wherever Narada goes, at the end, the end result become that person became a pure devotee and give up the material attachment and ending up with the devotional service. That's what Narada's beauty. Same like Prabhupada. Prabhupada, wherever he met, whoever got initiated, they are all no one knows about Krishna. One of the Prabhupada servant, I met him in Atlanta. Still, he comes for Atlanta Radhayatra. I met him many years. When he was 18, I forgot his name. When he was 18, he met Prabhupada. His first job is to hold the lota when Prabhupada go for natural calls. So I asked him that, what do you feel then? Because you won't feel irritated. Because for me, if anyone hold that water for when someone was to go natural calls, I won't do that. But when I asked him, he said that no, I was totally mesmerized. Whatever Prabhupada does, everything looks beautiful for me. He was a teenage boy that time. So that is because of the potency of Prabhupada. And still today, he is living for Prabhupada. He is living in, I think he's living in Mexico. But still, sometimes he come to US and go back to Mexico. So I had a not Hari Sorari Prabhupada, forgot his name. So I met so many Prabhupada disciples. That is one of the advantage in Alachua because Atlanta, because Alachua is 5 hours drive. So a Thanksgiving Day or many festivals, whenever they conduct, I'll go there. And I had the opportunity to talk to many Prabhupada disciples, a one-on-one conversation. Then I noted some more thing. Narada Muni is a great transcendental sage and eternal associates of the Lord. He is a Mahabhagavata, topmost devotee who never falls in spiritual position. So it means we know that Bhishma, so many people, they are Mahajan. Narada Muni also is Mahajan, and he travels freely across the universe without any restriction. His mission is awakened devotion, bhakti in all living beings. He is empowered by the Lord to deliver spiritual knowledge everywhere. Then, final points I want to talk about. Let's talk about how many certain topic in what are the verses. I collected few verses in Bhagavad Gita 10.26. Among the devotee sages, Krishna says that among the devotees, I am Narada. And also, Srila Prabhupada, some of the bullet points he mentioned that. Already we talked about that, okay. And in Bhagavatam, he mentioned many verses like chapter Canto 1, 1.4.1 to 31. Narada instructs Vyasadeva. Then he talked about 1.5.1 to 1.5.40, Narada's direct teaching to Vyasadeva. Then 1.6.1 to 1.6.39, Narada own's life story. So 1.7.4 to 1.7.11, Narada instruction to Yudhishthira. This is one of the excellent conversation. If you have time, just read it. Instruction to Yudhishthira. Then 3.5.1 to 3.5.28, Narada's instruct to Brahma. Then he also talks about 4.8.1 to 4.8.34, Narada instruct Durva Maharaj. This is really amazing conversation. It really helps day-to-day life. If anyone have time, just read it. Durva Maharaj instincts. Then Daksha also. Actually, Narada was cursed by Daksha because he changed his sons not to marry and go back to spiritual world and focused on the devotional service. So Daksha was upset with that and cursed Narada. So he should not stay anywhere else for a certain period of time. So he has to travel. So he accepted as blessings. That's why he's keep traveling all over the universe. And Narada, Canto 7, Narada protect Pragalad. So that is Prabhupada written very nicely about Narada's instructions. Then 7th Canto, 15th chapter, Narada's teaching on renunciation. I never read that much. Then last canto, 10th canto, Narada curse Nalakuvera and Manigriva. That's what we are celebrating Kartik month. Before that, we give the Aarti, right? So everybody we know that. And finally, another final one I marked about chapter 10. Canto 10, chapter 70, Narada visit Dwaraka. That is also very interesting one. So almost I'm done. So 5 minutes before I stopped it. So here I'll stop it. So anyone have any comments? Welcome to listen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vrishabhanu Prabhu. I have a question. Can I?
What, Prabhu?
Okay, so Narada Muni, it's in Srimad Bhagavatam mentioned somewhere. Narada Muni is the incarnation of Lord Krishna himself. Okay, but Narada Muni has a pastime that he was a son of, in his previous yuga.
Servant maid.
Sorry?
Servant maid, right?
Yes, yes. So and then he got a chance to have the remnants of those sannyasis who came there, and
Yes.
that's when he became Narada Muni in his next life. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's also mentioned that he is incarnation of Lord Krishna himself. So
Yes.
how do you reconcile that, bro?
Prabhu, that what my realization on this, this is for us just a pastime. Born in a servant maid and getting a spiritual, that is Narada born. That one is a post. That's a post. That is Krishna incarnated and there's created a post like Indra, Brahma. That's all a post. So Krishna comes as a just servant maid, son of servant maid, and just transform into this. This means once this cycle's over, that all the cycles over, again Narada comes up in a different way. That's what my understanding, Prabhu.
Is he incarnation of Krishna?
Yes. That's what it clearly says, Prabhu. Narada is a incarnation of Krishna. Krishna accept incarnate as a Narada.
Shakta Veshavata.
Yes. Like a Vyasadev. It's a literal in literature, right?
Okay, thank you, bro. So anyone has any question, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam Salgosh to Srila Prabhupada. Very nicely said, Prabhuji. Like the way you summarized at the end, like in Bhagavatam, how from the very beginning to the end, Narada came in different leelas, pastimes, and how. So that was something really I felt, oh, that's very nice. Yes, like everywhere, almost in any of the pastimes we hear about Narada's, how he, like not interfere, but how his appearance is there in every stories. That's one thing. And then the way you compared Bhagavad Gita and Narada Pancharatna, that was really helpful to Prabhuji. So I have a question. Like when you said about liberation, Bhagavad Gita, by surrender we get the liberation. But then for Narada Pancharatna, I didn't get what exactly you said, Prabhuji.
Narada Panchatra, let me talk about transforming primary audience, treatment of karma. See, liberation comes through regulated devotional practice and purification. That's what Narada
Oh,
Panchatra says that. So only by what we are doing at present, that's what Narada Panchatra
like
recommends.
when you say devotional practice, even like deity worship, all this comes under the um as that will lead to liberation.
Yes, that's what Narada Panchatra recommends. What we are doing, you have to follow the regulative principles, chant 16 rounds minimum, follow Egadesi, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and eating, fasting, Egadesi. Whatever Prabhupada gave us, that is what recommended for us. So if we follow that, that leads to purification. That's it. What Prabhupada did, that four regulative principles if you follow, you are stopping all the sinful activities. If we chant and read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, it's
Yes.
leading to transcendental life. So automatically you become purified. So if you keep talking about Bhagavatam often, you are cut shorting all your sinful activities and even from communication too. If you, for example, sometimes I'll always say that do not post this message on the WhatsApp message. The reason behind, when you put some messages, even though it may be kindly related to devotion like a cinema songs, why we should not encourage? We are just jumping away from Bhagavatam. Even though, because when you say picture on the Krishna's picture on the screen, your vision become limited after that. So if I say Krishna is like that without showing, so you will your vision becomes larger after that. But if you see a picture, then you are restricting that. Oh, this is what Krishna is. That's what Prabhupada says, that one of the devotee asked that which deity you recommend like Krishna. And Prabhupada says that it's not like Krishna, it's very tiny level matching with that, whatever the deities is. Mayapur deities is kind of matching to Krishna. That's what Prabhupada says. It means our imagination, everything will be cut short by mundane people. Mainly that's cinema or movie taker. So we should not entertain our mind to listen cine songs, all those stuff. So we have enough information. Devotional purification means you have to follow what Prabhupada says. He's given all the information. We don't need to do anything extra. Just follow his instruction. That's what Narada Panchatra is 100% recommended what Prabhupada says.
Sure, Prabhuji. That's really helpful. And also, um, like, it's just a reflection. It's not a question. Like you said, Prabhupada said, like, Narada is troublemaker, but with the good intention as a well-wisher, right?
Right.
So I remember, like, sometimes they say, um, Narada is a Kalaha period. Like, Kalaha means
That
like,
is wrong. That's all movies things.
that's movies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
No, that's
see.
all. It's not in that scriptures.
So
So
he is doing. with the intention to help that person to get out of it.
No, Narada's action is totally take the material away from the
Away.
material,
Uh,
yeah, material opulence, everything. He take the interest of all those away from his mind. So once you take that material interest away from your mind, automatically your focus should be spirituality. That's it. So that is Narada's main. See that Valmiki, that's the best example. He is a cruel hunter. Normal hunter, they'll kill it. But Valmiki, normally he'll throw that bow and struck on their mouth, on the animal's mouth, and it'll wait for the die. So he has to take longer time to die, that he will enjoy that time. So he'll throw the bow on that exactly on the mouth. So he cannot able to eat. And also he'll not able to move. So he'll suffer. The suffering he'll get enjoyment. That kind of cruel hunter Valmiki is. So he just talked to them and gave his mercy. After that he started chanting. Finally end up with writing the great Ramayana. See that potency. So we are all under his shelter, Narada's shelter. It means our destination is confirmed. Just focus on Prabhupada's instructions. That's it. That is my humble request to everyone.
Sure, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just like how we say, like Garuda Purana, like various Puranas, this Narada Pancharatna is it like one of the Purana or where? Like, what is the
It's
source?
not Purana. It's Narada Panchatra is Narada compiled this. So that Prabhupada mercifully he's shared it to us. This is not shared by many sampradayas. So especially Shiva Sampradaya, I never heard about Narada Panchatra. So Sri Vaishnava, they use Desigacharya or Desigan. That's what they use their, for most of the followers, they use their book. But only Prabhupada and Madhvacharya, their institution, they follow the Narada Panchatra.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nicely you compiled like the essence of this shloka, and then knowing so much about Narad Maharshi and all the points. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Rasa Chaitanya Prabhu had raised his hand. Are you still there, Prabhu? Rasa Chaitanya Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead.
No, I was telling in 11th chapter, the opulences of Krishna, Krishna says, among water, I'm ocean, among trees, I'm a pimple tree, among stars, I'm a sun and moon. So similarly, he says, among saints, I'm a Narada. So, even, and again, Krishna says, among devotees, I'm Prahlad. So whatever, among animals, I'm a lion. Among birds, I'm Garuda. So my question is, how we can understand that difference between Krishna's statement that he is among saints as a Narada, and then again we are hearing that Krishna is a Narad Muni incarnation of Krishna. It looks like little contradictory. I don't know. I mean,
Thank you, Prabhu. But what my realization on this, so any, for example, Vyasadev, so anything really human needed, so he took a special incarnation, like a devotional service. Narada come as a devotee, as a spiritual master, so that you can, if Krishna comes like that, we are not able to accept Krishna as like a spiritual master, because he may do a lot of activities which you are not able to digest. So, like Prabhupada, example Prabhupada. Prabhupada, when he talked about Prabhupada, we matched them as a same Gragastha. So, same Gragastha able to do that. So, I am also able to follow. If Krishna directly comes and do that, hey, I am doing it, it means sometimes we are not able to accept. That's what Krishna transformed into different form, comes as a Narada Muni and talking about devotional service.
Okay.
It is easy for us to meet the Jiva. We come down as a lower level, as a Rishi level or Muni level. Come down as a lower level, then talk to individuality, individual Jivas, and transform into transcendental service.
Yep.
That's what my understanding, Prabhu.
I mean, no, what I'm telling you, if it's just the word incarnation or Krishna says, that's all. Otherwise, Narad Muni is very,
Information.
very, very exalted. I mean, Krishna said that among saints, I'm Narada. That's all. I mean, what else is there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. Krishna incarnated, why he incarnated as a Narada? In the sense, the Jiva cannot do certain things with the
Oh,
Supreme Personality of
yeah.
God. If Krishna came say, tomorrow I'm a Supreme Personality, do this, many Jivas would accept. Because of his activities, we are not able to digest. So that's what he changed into another incarnation like a devotee or a Muni. Come down, he took a different form as a Narada to lower his position and come down to us and preach. So like a Prabhupada, example, Narada and Prabhupada, for me, it's both are same. Because
Yeah,
Prabhupada is a Gragastha, comes as a Gragastha and just preached. If President Bush, whatever the President of America comes and do certain activities, we won't accept. Rather, the municipal people come and talk to you, you will immediately do that. That's what another simple example I can narrate that, Prabhu. Sorry for the wrong example.
No. Right? Another thing, like Narad Pancharatra book is mainly for deity worship, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. And there's another book which is my favorite one, Narad Bhakti Sutra.
Yeah, that's another book. Yes. Yeah, that's another book, but I never read that book much.
No, I almost every day I read because all wonderful things he has given Narad Muni. He says, whoever you are, whatever perfection you have got, if you don't read scriptures every day, nobody can save you. You are going to fall down.
Okay.
Then he gives different method how we can achieve bhakti. So he says, by worshipping Krishna every day, you will achieve bhakti. You will get bhakti. By thinking Krishna's name, by chanting Krishna's name, by associating with Krishna's serious devotees, by reading about Srimad Bhagavatham, about the Leela of Krishna, all different things he gives. I like that. Devotees should read the Narad Bhakti Sutra.
Good to know, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Prabhupada has given proper for all total Narad Bhakti Sutra, each and every person.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, I'll agree.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble pranam.
Mataji.
I couldn't hear you well because I don't know whether it is the volume was low. I was telling you. We have heard a lot about Pancharatra, but I didn't really, I thought it's only the rules for worshipping the Lord, right? But I haven't really read anything out of that. It's like any other Puranas, Itihasas or anything. I thought this is one of that, but I have never touched or read that. But everybody is mentioning about that. It is just the rules for worshipping the Lord, right?
It is not really, but it is talks about how to worship, the devotional main concepts. concepts of devotional service. Narada's point of view. It's one of the book everybody must read, Mataji.
Okay, so this was written by Narada
Narada's book, and Prabhupada translated that.
or translated. Okay, and you know what? How do we draw the conclusion between Bhagavad Gita and this? Because Bhagavad Gita also gives you a lot of rules and regulations, right? The same thing. Do we go along the same path? If you are reading this, I'm just not sure about that. I'm little, confused. But everything should come out the same, though, right?
No, that's what I. The one sentence, if you want to talk about that, Narada Panchatra teach about how to practice devotional service step by step. That's it. Narada Panchatra, what he talk about? How to, you are doing devotional service, right? So the step by step instruction Narada gave that. But Bhagavad Gita teaches why devotion is highest path and how to live through one's duties. So both are talking about kind of same subject, but in a different parameters. I can say that.
So one, we follow the rules as per the scriptures. One, we hear from, because Krishna told Arjuna, this is the way you have to do it, then we are just, it is coming out from the mouth of Krishna, and it was spoken to Arjuna when he was in a confused state, then we are taking that, right? Always he says, surrender unto me. And even there, you don't have to do any worship. When you are surrendering to Krishna, sometimes the pure love in our heart doesn't follow certain rules, right?
Yes.
So which is better? You pure love of God. Sometimes I have heard and listened to a lot of stories about some devotees. They don't follow certain rules, but they have the utmost or absolute faith and love for Krishna. So this love for Krishna overcomes all the other things.
No, if you 100% love Krishna with your spiritual master's instruction, basic instructions, that is the ultimate goal. Gita says many things, but your spiritual master says he knows what the best you can do. So follow through your spiritual master's instructions and do your devotions. The Bhagavad Gita says many. Go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhu, are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, I said, one cannot be better than the other, right? We do follow spiritual master. And we have also heard a lot of instances. Some people, they have so much of bhakti, they don't go worry about the rules. They come from a lower caste and they don't know what all these rules and regulations are. But they have understood there is something there that I must love God. So why should they follow the vidhi?
No, that if you follow about Bhagavad Gita, one should have a spiritual master. And whatever the bhakti they do, they cannot move any step further. They'll come back again and go to the spiritual master again. They cannot go anywhere else. As per fourth chapter, if you read Bhagavad Gita, it clearly says that you should come from one of the paramparas. So if you talk about Bhagavad Gita, you must have a spiritual master. Even though they do many devotion, or I'm sorry it happens that some Babas, if you take a lot of Babas in India, do you have any confidence they will take their to spiritual world? Because they don't have spiritual masters. All of a sudden they'll come some Babaji or Baba and they may do some tricks to attract many publics, and they won't follow Bhagavad Gita, but their devotion is amazing. You cannot do that kind of devotion. But the end result, at the end of the day, if you reconcile, there you are, you are in a very solid position because you are under that same, you are under the parambara, and you have a spiritual master, and we have following 100% scriptures. As per Gita, our status is 100% positive. There, we don't know about that because the spiritual master is not from the parambara, and the spiritual master word is not from the scriptures. Even if it is from scriptures, because they don't have any guru on that, they don't have any path. That we need to be very careful. That's what Prabhupada mission is 100% authorized. So when Prabhupada says some word, it is from the scriptures. Authorized, it is from Narada's word. We can say that it is from Narada's word. Through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we got all that information.
Prabhu, I have a little question on. You said when you were talking about Pancharatra, you said liberation, but we are not supposed to look for liberation. That is like a lower status than loving for Krishna purely, just to do surrender unto him, do devotional service.
Yeah, I would have changed the word liberation. Just for a topic, I put a liberation. But
okay, so liberation, we don't want liberation. We don't want mukti. Just like any other jnani, they go for mukti. Saivites and all, they want to go to Brahmajyoti or they want liberation. But we don't want that kind. Even after going there so many years, so many thousands of years, they have to come down because they are not doing direct devotional service to Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, you are right. But I put the title as a liberation, but when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, liberation is automatically included.
Okay. Yeah, I think you intrigued me today. I'm going to start reading that. If you have any lead or anything, Pancharatra, I just want to, because a lot of people have mentioned it. Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, Archana Mataji, so many people have mentioned it. But I want to know, actually, I want to go through that,
Yes.
see what it is there. And if you could send me a link, I would appreciate.
Mataji, you can take this way. Gita gives instructions to one's duties, right? But you are practicing devotional service. Do you know what are the steps to be followed? Most probably, most of the people, when you ask that, they say no. But this book will give you the step-by-step instruction. How do you progress in devotional service? A simple term I can say like that. It make you more easier way, and in case if you are not following something, you can accommodate how do I follow these rules so that make Krishna happy through Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, I think Mataji is asking, where does she get this to read? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, just like any other Upadeshamrita or anything, you have a book,
Yeah,
separate
we have a
book on
online.
this.
We have a book, Narada Panchatra books, is online. If you
Okay.
Google it, you will get it. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Sorry to interrupt your thoughts, but I had this question for a long time. Everybody is mentioning, but sometimes in a conversation we couldn't interfere. We didn't have opportunity to ask them. So this was because you brought these two parallels. I wanted to know what it is in there.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
So Mataji,
Thank you.
online you can get English, Hindi and other languages also in PDF format.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thanks for the nice class, Prabhu. We haven't heard you for a long time.
All glories to Sangha Prabhu. He is the one.
Anybody else? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you again, Prabhu Vrishabhanu Prabhu. That was a wonderful session, and hope we will see you in person next time. And before we end this call, I'd like to make one announcement. Next week, as you all know, Friday, it's a big festival at the temple, Nityananda Trayodasi, and we can celebrate at our center also on Saturday. So we'll talk more about it. Just be ready. Next Saturday is going to be a big festival. Okay. So thank you again. all of us, all of you joining this online session. And thank you, Vrishabhanu Prabhu. Please unmute yourself and say Haribol to Vrishabhanu Prabhu.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
All
Darshan
glories to
Pranam.
Srila Prabhupada.